The Weak Diagnostic Tool will help you identify constraints in crop, and this can range from nutrient deficiencies, disease and pests. So I'm going to run you through a scenario of what you might see in the paddock and then show you how to use the tool in identifying what the constraint could be. So if you have a look at this picture now, at the moment, the first thing you can probably see is that there's distinct patches in the crop. Okay, so we take a walk out into the paddock and we notice that, yep, there's definitely a distinct patch there. As we take a closer look to the plant, we notice that the plants are wilted. So this is sort of information that we need to use when we're incorporating it into the tool. So this is the diagnostic tool. As you see here, we've got a series of questions that we can answer. We can answer as many or as little as we like. And over here on the right, we've got a possible of 93 different constraints that could be present. And as I mentioned before, this will range from pests, nutrient deficiencies, diseases. So from the observations that we made, probably the first question we need to look at is, what is the problem in the paddock? So the first thing we notice that there is distinct patches. As a result of clicking the distinct patches, you can see that the 93 possible constraints has now been reduced down to 29. In this panel here, you can see the choice that you've made. And in this panel is the problems discarded as a result of those choices. With each question, they are supported by images. So if we double click on the image icon, here's just an example of what sort of distinct patches will look like. And the next question that we can answer is, what stage of the crop is it in? And we noticed that it was mid from tillering to joining. As a result of ticking that, we're now down to 23 possible constraints. Another observation that we made is to do with its physical appearance. And we noted that the plants were wilted. Again, you can open up the images. And this will help you get a better idea of what wilted plants typically look like. And yes, that's pretty much what we saw. You can open up as many images as you like, and it's quite helpful to act as a comparison. So for example, if we wanted just to double check that it is wilted and not stunted, here we put the images side by side and we say yes, no, definitely it was the wilted plants that we saw. And you simply close these images. So there's many questions left for us to answer. But a feature of the tool is that there is this best function which will take you to the next question that will eliminate the maximum possible entities. So if you click the best function, the next question that the tool suggests you look at is the root and crown symptoms. When we pulled up the plants, we noticed that there was a little difference between good and poor plants. From the possible 93, by using the tool, we have narrowed it down to two possibilities. One, it could be water repellence, or two, it could be manganese deficiency. To further diagnose if it is water repellence or manganese deficiency, we can double click on the fact sheet icons. You'll see that there's further images to help identify if it is what you're looking at. Some more information about damage and symptoms, and some contributing factors. From here, you notice that there is other deficiencies that would have similar symptoms, and these fact sheets are linked to more information about them, and this helps with the further diagnosing the constraint. As I mentioned before, you can compare the images of what water repellence and manganese deficiency is, just to help identify if it is manganese deficiency. And you can definitely see here that the symptoms of this plant, of the patch that we saw in the paddock, is very similar to magnesium deficiency here. If you have another constraint that you need to have a look at, all you need to do is hit the refresh button and you can start all over again.